Hi, I'm Sherry. Today we're going to be making some Christmas ornaments that are not only family friendly, but you can do them yourself if the kids don't want to help out. And if you're a Grammy like I am, you can even make them for your kids. They make great gifts. They make great gifts for teachers, for other families, and maybe just for your neighbors. So first of all, what we need to do is look at what supplies we need. Really simple things, you might even have them around the house. The first thing we're going to need some plain old Epsom salt. Epsom salt comes in different smells anymore, but I got one that I really like because we're not going to use a lot. But you need to get some Epsom salt. You're going to put some in a little cup with a little shallow container so we won't make a big mess. We're going to make snow out of that later. We're going to water down some plain old white glue like Elmer's glue or school glue with half and half water. Put a little brush in there for later. We're going to need 5 colors of just acrylic craft paint. We're going to use black, orange, white, brown, and red. I'm using just a glass plate because I like to wash it off. It's easier than throwing away a bunch of paper ones, but something flat that you can mix your paint on and you'll be able to stick your fingers in. We have some different markers and paint markers and Sharpie markers that we'll use. A couple different little ribbons, and today I've picked out some non-traditional colors for our ornaments. You can do any color you want. I love the little bright greens and reds and pinks, and since I'm a Grammy now, I think it's going to be a cool thing to make a new tradition with the new colors. The first one we're going to make is a reindeer. We're going to make him on this little green ornament so he looks like he's in the woods. First thing I want to do is maybe put some snow. We're going to look like when we're finished, he's going to look like he's sitting in snow. So you go to your mixed up glue and water, your little paintbrush. This is great for the little kids because they can just paint however they want. Little squiggle marks, it doesn't matter. This one is fun because it doesn't matter what age the kids are, and they can even just make snow everywhere, cover the whole thing with snow. As soon as we have the paint on there, we're going to sprinkle it with some Epsom salt. That's why we have that shallow dish there, so it catches all our excess mess. As soon as we get that on there, it'll stick immediately. Just kind of tap off the extra, and looky there, instant snow. Isn't that cool? Then if the kids are around, it's good to do a bunch of these at once instead of just doing one at a time, so you can get their little fingers dirty, wash them off, and go away. Then once the ornaments are dry, you can go back and finish them up. But I don't have any kids right here today, so it's going to be Grammy's thumb print. Got a little bit of brown paint on our dish. I'm going to stick my thumb right in there, kind of dab it off. Just make one little mark. Now we have a brown blob in the snow. That's going to be a reindeer in a little bit. I'm going to put it right here to dry. I love these little canning jars because they make little holders. If you don't have anything like that, you can always put your ornaments on a hook and hang them from maybe like a crimped up wire hanger like we did up here. So we're going to make our little finish marks on it. We can take some black paint, little dab. Oops. I like to use a brush for their eyes because I can make perfect dots with the end of my brush. Or you can use a paint pen. They're a little harder, I think, to keep steady because I have shaky hands. But the first thing we're going to do is add some antlers. You just make a little line. These are easy for the kids too because they're simple. 2 little lines, then make V's on your antlers. Do the little guy, 2 little lines, and some V's. He's got smaller antlers because he's a baby. And then we have little antlers. Then, like I said, to make the dots for the eyes, I use the tip of the paintbrush, just dab it in there. Just gonna make a dot, another little dab, and a dot. His eye's too little. We'll just add a little more. Same thing for a little baby reindeer. 2 little dots. And then we want them to be Rudolph. So we're going to take end of another paintbrush or stick it in our red that I already poured on my plate. We're going to give him a little red nose. Isn't that cute? A little red nose. Oh, he's going to have a big nose. There. Isn't that cute? When that dries, you can always go back and personalize it. You can put the kids' names on it. You can write on the back, turn it around and put Merry Christmas 2012. Any way you want, but isn't that a great little gift? And when you're done, you can tie a cute little piece of ribbon around it to hang on your tree, or cool little hook, and then you can put it right on your tree. One thing that I noticed when I finished them before is they look like they're kind of floating in the air. And the cool thing about using this glue and Epsom salts as snow, you can go back and fix that a little bit. I just don't think he looks good kind of floating, so I'm just gonna, oops, didn't shake it enough. Just add a little bit right under their face. My hand's shaking from coffee. Add a little bit more snow. Tap it off. And now they don't look like they're floating in the air. Isn't that cute? I love these guys. So let's try another one and hang that one on the tree. How about if we make some snowmen? If we take a blue one this time, and since we put the reindeer in the snow, let's make the snow come from the top this time. Again, these are great for kids of all ages because it doesn't really matter what you do. So we can just make some snow, pretend it's falling from the sky. Just some squiggles all around. Get that on there real good. We like it when it's thinned out because it dries much quicker, not real thick and gooey, and this sticks to it immediately. Add your Epsom salt, sprinkle real good all over there. If you do have a place that's a little bit thicker, you can pat it a little bit and it'll stick right to it. Get that snow on there. Then like we did before, just tap off the excess and we've got some snow. This time it's coming from up above. Now this time we're going to do the snowmen, so let's do them in white. We'll put a little bit of white on our plate. And again, like I said before, if you've got the kids around, you can paint their little hands. And my hands are of course a lot bigger than kids, but you would paint the palm of their hand white, and that's going to make our snowmen. If this was the child, you would place this in their hand. You'd have them just roll their hand around it like that. And then when they let go, they would have little fingerprints of snowmen. But because my hands are too big for that, I'm just going to do the tips of my 3 fingers. So I'm just going to put some paint on my fingers. And you don't even have to brush it on. You can just dip it on the plate. So see, I've got 3 fingers done. And instead of doing them all at once, because I can't manage my hand that way, I'll do a snowman there, a snowman there, and a snowman there. So now we've got 3 snowmen ready to get decorated. Gonna let him dry. Just put him on one of these jars. Wipe this paint off my hand. Great thing about acrylics, you can wash it off your bodies, you can wash it off their clothes, because it doesn't matter what it gets on, it comes off later. Get that off of there. So now we're going to decorate Mr. Snowman. But he's all dry. Isn't he cute? Again, you can use your paint pens or you can use your Sharpie markers. I kind of like to use a brush on these only because I keep thinking when you're outside and you're rolling up snow and you're decorating your snowman and you use rocks or pieces of charcoal, they're never perfect. So I like to use a brush. I get a little teeny tiny tip, and we're going to give them some little hats, some eyes. First one we're going to do, I'm just give him a little hat. Maybe like I call them Abe Lincoln hats. Like what are those called? Like stovepipe hats? I don't remember. Just give him a little hat. Real easy. And I'm right-handed, so I usually work left to right so I don't smear it. I'm going to give him a couple little charcoal eyes and then pretend I've got little pieces of charcoal for his mouth. Isn't that cute? And I'm a big fan of buttons. Let's give him a couple buttons. Now this next guy, I'm going to give him a different kind of hat. Let's give him like a bowler. That looks more like a bog hat, doesn't it? Well, that's okay. A couple little eyes. And see how quick and easy these are? And again, they make great gifts for friends, for family, for teachers, for your neighbors, for your card club, book club. Little buttons. And let's give this guy like a little stocking cap. And these are not just things that, like I said, you don't have to do these all yourself. The kids love decorating things, so you can just have a heyday with these. Give him a little crazy little hat there. Looks kind of like a witch hat, but it's a snowman hat. Give him some eyes. Oop, got a big eye. And a little mouth. and some buttons. So what is Mr. Snowman missing? Every snowman needs a carrot nose. Go a little bit orange. The best way to make little carrot noses is really easy, and you can practice this on paper or maybe on your hand. Get a little tiny brush. The perfect carrot nose, I'm going to show you on my hand. You just push your tip and lift. Push your tip and lift. And once it's on there, it looks like you just made this perfect little carrot. So we're just going to push and lift. And I'll do this guy going this way. Push and lift. It's like little crazy carrots. So now they have little carrot noses. Isn't that cute? Now, I think all little Christmas ornaments need a little bit of color, so let's put some red on it. We'll add a little red to maybe his hat and give one of them a little scarf. I have extra little brushes here, so I don't have to keep wiping them off, and I can keep going back and forth. We can give this guy maybe just a little scarf, so he's staying warm out in the snow. We'll put a little red on his hat maybe. I'll give him a little top hat thing. How's that? Isn't that cute? Like I told you before with the reindeer, now it looks like they're kind of floating. So let's put those snowmen in the snow. And again, all you do, you take your watered down glue, just give them a little snowbank to sit on. I think this snow's fun because you can do one whole little ornament, just cover it with snow, and you've got some beautiful crystal looking snow. And then when you put them on your tree and the light shines on them, they're so pretty. Now look there. Isn't that cute? A little snowman in the snow, all decorated up. Now who wouldn't want to love that? One thing that'd be really cool, again, you can put a little ribbon on it and put it on a little hanger and put it on your tree. We're going to put him right there to dry for a minute. You can do your reindeer. What if you made a pack of 8 of them for a newlywed couple? You could do Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen. You know, most couples don't start out with all their first ornaments all ready to go for Christmas. Make 8 different ones, and then maybe do a 9th one with Rudolph. You can do just snow-covered ornaments. The easy way I said before was for little kids. It doesn't matter. You don't have to have a design in mind, but you can just do squiggles. You can do stripes and tree mark. You can just do initials. It doesn't matter what you do with your glue, because later when you do sprinkle it with snow, it's just pretty no matter how it turns out. And like I said, this is for kids of all ages. Great little gifts, great little memories that you're making. Tap it off. And no matter what the little squiggles look like, it's pretty. So go make some memories.